DJ started us off.
Come on, DJ. What's up,
everybody, and welcome to the Smack Show. Come on in the room. We're going to give y'all a few seconds to get up on here, because we got a good one for y'all today. The doctor is back.
Keena's on here.
Keen's
on here. Come on.
What's up, everybody?
Michelle.
All right. Well, you know what?
Hey, Sharon.
What's up, Michelle? How you doing, girl? Come on. Hey. Everybody know October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
This is our 23rd episode, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on in the room. What's up, Serena?
Thank you, Bree. Hey, we got a fantastic guest tonight, y'all. Oh, we got Tuesday night teacher here today. I'm so excited.
We do not want to listen to this music, but y'all know how we do. Hey, welcome to the Smack Show. All right, DJ. Everybody, welcome to the Smack Show.
Yo, our DJ gave us 2 songs tonight.
Yeah, our DJ, I don't know what's going on.
Hey, he was
But
he
you know,
gave us 2 songs.
you know what?
though.
We ain't gonna fire him because, you know, we ain't paying him in the first
Hey,
place.
Crystal. Yeah. Well, he gave us 2 songs tonight. We usually only
Yeah,
get
we
1.
got 1.5. How about
That's
that?
okay. We got earning some because you thought I was worth saving.
No, I'm not doing it no more.
That's my song.
So you came to change my life. You thought I was worth keeping.
Oh, we definitely mean it tonight.
Yo,
We definitely
yo,
mean
amen,
testimony tonight.
amen.
Come on,
Happy
everybody.
Sunday. Just because y'all didn't go to church, y'all didn't log on to AGK Ministry, or
Advancing God's
okay,
kingdom.
y'all didn't log on.
Abundant
Y'all didn't
grace.
log on to Abundant Grace. Y'all didn't log on to Antioch, to anybody else out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we gonna-
church of God in
Look,
Christ.
we gonna bring a little word to y'all. Ain't log on to Saturday
Yeah.
Rock, see what they was
There's
talking
so
about.
many churches you can log into instead of sitting at home watching Gunsmoke like I do.
Hi, Miss Jean. We love you, Miss Atkins.
Pastor Ball on here. I gotta be nice. Why show me what want to be me?
So check it. So last week, our
Yes.
featured sponsor was in from Magnificent Photo
Yes.
Booths. I told
Yes.
people to inbox me if they wanted to win, and people was acting slow. And so some people did inbox us, but I'm gonna give it to the first person
The
who
first.
inboxed us,
Who is
which
that?
was Deanna Smith. Her son is having his open house graduation. And so, Deanna Smith, whenever you log on, I'm trying to say it again at the end, you won the Magnificent
Yes.
Photo Booth
Yes.
sponsor, $125 value, 1 hour free
Yes.
photo booth at your party event. Okay, I will be in contact with you, and I will
Yes.
make sure that I let Aaron know. Nice to see you, Mac. Hey, Mac, you lit? We see you.
Yes.
And once again, if y'all want to get in contact with his booth, please call him at 517-290-3800.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh, man, that's a
Also, as y'all know, our next big giveaway galore will be our 30th episode.
Come on.
Yo, we been buying so much stuff.
Hey, yo, we been buying so much stuff. Our dad been talking junk. My husband been talking junk. They been mad at us, y'all. I think Amazon was mad too.
Amazon probably been talking.
They been taking some of my packages over to our next door neighbor. Y'all
They
see our address.
did it twice. They did it twice.
Anyway, so yeah, y'all, November 22nd.
Yes.
Don't forget,
Don't
we've been getting a
forget.
lot of people to donate their money to be entered into that drawing.
Yes.
You don't have to donate to win anything, but
Yes.
if you want to win the big stuff,
You gotta get in that drawing.
okay, then you got to win.
Oh, how I want to
Oh.
be in the number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints
Oh, when the
go
saints
marching in.
go marching in.
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Okay, let's stop, though.
I didn't care to do it. I didn't care to do it.
anyways, so y'all know today we have a special guest. As a matter of fact,
Deanna just dropped one.
Deanna!
You are the winner!
Yes, Deanna!
She is
Deanna Smith, you won, girl.
Yes.
You won the free photo booth hour
Yes,
session.
you did.
For your
Yes.
son.
Graduation, girl.
card.
And you'll have a year to use this voucher. So because of COVID, he is extending the expiration date to a year from when you get it in your hands. All right, boo?
Wonderful.
So we're gonna make sure your
Yes.
son get at least an hour to catch all those memories
Yes.
of his family and friends.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So if you want to donate to the show, $sign Smack Show. That's all you gotta do.
Dollar
Go
sign.
on your Cash App and
Uh-huh.
donate to the show.
Yeah.
If you want to be included in the holiday giveaway galore.
We don't take credit cards. I'm sorry.
Sunday, November 22nd, then please put in the subject line or the memo thing that they put on the Cash App, put holiday giveaway or something like that. Or
Yes.
big show. So we'll know to put your name in that drawing. We'll have two different buckets, okay? One for people who don't give, and then one for people who do give.
Yes.
And I'm saying the people who don't give ain't gonna get nothing. You know,
We can buy stuff already.
everybody gonna be blessed.
And
with
y'all know
something
we
in the
give
name
good
of
gifts. We something like Jesus.
Yo,
that's what it is?
I always say Oprah, but you know she gonna say the Lord.
Say Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna step up.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh, I'm a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say
But we
Yeah,
his kids,
you
though.
know.
We his kids. We his kids now. Don't get carried. We his kids.
that part.
Right, but I'm
So
saying.
we are supposed to be like him.
Example.
That's right.
That
So
is
I
true.
think I'm a good example.
All right, but hold on real quick before we bring our special guest on, y'all.
Okay.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all been watching the news?
Yes.
All right, now look.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
We got a special guest. I'm a special guest. So I'm going to take some of my own time just to talk about this real quick.
Real quick.
Yo, what? Okay, now it ain't funny. It ain't funny.
It's not
I'm
funny.
laughing because they're telling me to hurry up. But
Yeah.
Trump is said to have the virus, y'all.
Yeah.
They said it.
Now, I'm not sure.
Oh Lord.
I'm not for sure
Pass the ball and stop praying.
if he got it for real or if he got it. So he, because today I just heard before we was getting ready, and I heard on the news they said Trump he did like a little thing where he drove around.
Yeah, he did like
drive.
So he could wave it on his
He
gas.
did a drive-by.
Yes, he can wave it on his fans and to let them know that he's okay. And then they said that you can't stay cooped up because of no virus.
Yeah.
And that he wants people to know that he knows now because he's gone through it.
But that's not a good example.
That sounds and that just sounds dumb. You want people to know now that you done been through
But
it.
you know, the whole thing is been
Sound like
down
a
from the
setup.
beginning to the end.
It ain't the end.
You know, I mean, right, it ain't his end.
Okay.
Right, 'cause one day you getting ready to go home.
But go ahead and make it.
You know, because I mean, like they said that he was so sick,
Mm.
and then his doctor said he was doing fine,
They did.
and then Matthew said,
It was Matthew.
It was Mark.
What's
Mark,
his name?
Mark.
It was that name
It was
Matthew.
It was Mark. I said Matthews. I just
Matthew,
said
Mark,
Matthews.
Luke, John,
We on the
Acts,
person- we on the
Second
personal
Corinthians,
relationship.
Galatians, Ephesians.
We on the personal thing now.
All right.
He said that Trump was really ill.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just trying to see now. Somebody lying.
They is lying. Because them doctors came out and they was lying. I called them
They
up.
was fumbling on everything.
I think Trump really is sick. I think he really is sick in a bad way.
Yeah, that's
and that
true.
his
So-
double, y'all gotta watch Head of State, y'all. See, I watch too much TV to play around. His double done came out, took a ride around that look and that truck
Yeah, he
with the
did.
windows tinted so nobody can't really see if that's him or not,
Yeah.
with a mask on.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
But wasn't any reporters out there too? They said wasn't no
It is
But check
Halloween
it.
though. They got a whole bunch of like
Trump
But no,
man.
but check it.
Trump staff.
But check it. Then he said, but then they gonna say that they still not gonna make it mandatory for people to wear masks at his rallies when he clear out the hospital.
Well,
Listen,
I don't
we're gonna talk more. We're gonna talk more about this next week, y'all. So y'all better tune in because next week we're gonna have a whole bunch of kids.
well, next week he should be home.
Listen, I don't care if he's home or not.
Because he's gonna come home.
We're gonna talk about this week, next week, because I got still so much to say. As a matter of fact, we might do a surprise episode throughout the week, just because.
She was gonna try to do it the other day. Y'all, she
y'all.
thought she was gonna get me up out my house in the
She
cold.
really did, yeah.
Listen.
Just so we could do a surprise episode. It wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Listen,
All right, let's go.
sometimes people be needing to hear from us. You know what I'm saying? Because you be at home watching TV, you be like, ooh. And then, the first thing you do, because you want somebody to talk to you about
I
it.
think he did that so we can't talk about the debates.
That too.
But it ain't
We're going to
That's
save it,
okay.
though. We're going to save it,
We're
though.
gonna continue to pray for him though. We're gonna pray for
Amen.
him.
Just pray for him. You know,
We're gonna come
and
get
like
that
I said, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him at all. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. I just feel like I feel like something is worse than what they're making it seem, and they're trying to do stuff to make you feel like it's not, so that they won't count him out. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
So that's all. I don't know. But whatever case, we'll definitely talk about this more next week.
That is.
But we do have our very special guest here
Come
today.
on now.
And as you know, she was here before, y'all.
Yes.
So like I said, this week is this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've had friends and family who all dealt with cancer issues before. Our own mom beat cancer. So y'all, please, we can't talk about it like that because we don't know as much as she does.
And she does.
So please welcome
Tune in, y'all.
our special guest.
Come on with her.
Okay, Dr. Alane Laws Yes.
Now, but before we get started, y'all, guess
what?
I
Tell the
found
people.
out that she had a birthday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The doc got a birthday.
What we wanted to do, because I feel like
it's your birthday.
She takes up
It's her birthday.
We're gonna drink Bacardi like
What?
Like a communion.
Oh, we're gonna drink grape juice. We're gonna drink grape juice, right?
Communion, girl.
We're gonna drink. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Grape juice like it's your birthday.
Why don't you just stop when I stop?
I don't know because.
And why do you always know all the songs?
You don't even be knowing these
Why
songs.
I don't even listen, y'all. I don't be listening to no word music
Hey,
in my
come
car.
on, Tiana.
So
You on
my
my
mama,
side.
I don't know how she be finding out these songs.
Hey,
Mama's too cool for school. All right, let's go.
You say Snoop?
No, I ain't saying nothing about Snoop.
Okay.
So anyways, what we want to do is this, Pastor Bones said grape juice, Gigi. Yes, ma'am, grape juice, Pastor B, grape juice.
Okay.
Okay, so we found out it was her birthday.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to do, we wanted to bless you with a little something.
You surprised us last time.
She did, she surprised us last time.
We had to surprise
So
you
we had
back.
to surprise her back.
Yes.
And it's up to her, you guys, if she want to show you, and if she don't,
You can show them. You can show them.
I got the tingle.
You can open it all the way.
And if she don't, then you know it's on her.
So
Holy
pretty.
Communion. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's on your head
yes.
now.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So
we
yes,
wanted
it's a perfume collection, a body spray, and some lotion, and all that.
Yeah.
Layer it up.
Self-care.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's your birthday gift, but it might feel like it's your husband's birthday gift. Happy
Uh-oh.
birthday to me. You know what I'm saying? Also, listen, while we playing,
No, Sheila.
she has a daughter named Michaela.
Yes, her birthday is
And
today.
she's
Her
a
birthday
doctor.
is today.
It's her birthday is today. Happy birthday. If she watches or she watches later, look, we love you and happy birthday,
Happy
girl.
birthday to you,
Yes.
too, boo.
This is
Yes.
a birthday month in my house because my son TJ, my next doctor, his birthday's the 18th.
I mean, just a birthday sign on her door, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, so doctor, so we know that you are an AKA alumni.
What do AKA
I'm a
stand for?
member, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inn.
Okay, so wait, hold on.
Who got you speaking?
Listen. This is why I'm saying this. Okay, so not alumni, because I say alumni, that means you over it. Okay,
No,
so
I'm not over it.
so AKA member.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so she's an AKA member, y'all.
Okay, she's a member.
So we know how dainty and sweet and what's cute
Yes,
and
pristine.
pristine. And so we need you to speak up.
Okay.
You can pull the mic to you a little bit more.
Yes.
And then we're gonna make sure the DJ cuts the music for us.
I'm
So
going to
you know
speak
what
up.
I'm
I'm going to
Okay.
speak up.
Okay,
Can you hear
okay.
me? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, see, for the doc, she talking to us like we in her office, you know.
Yes,
And so
yes,
we walking
yes.
past, she's like, okay, she want everybody knowing your business.
That's
So
right.
we're gonna get into a lot of that today, y'all, because she was my doctor. She's an OBGYN, like I said, which means she goes to the deep freezers
All the way.
of your grocery store. Okay?
Yes.
To the uttermost parts of your being.
freezer.
Of your being.
Yeah. She gonna put out a roast or she gonna put out some pork chops.
Right, she might pull a couple of biscuits out of it.
Whoa!
Let me tell you.
Yes. Well, we have a lot of people here saying happy birthday to
Happy
you, Dr.
birthday.
and to your daughter as well.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So,
So now, y'all, since I'm a guest too,
yes.
I'm gonna let them handle it and see what they do.
Yeah.
And if they don't do it right, y'all let them know. No, I'm just
All
playing.
right. Here we go.
Now we're different from her. I know I am. I know we're different. So, tonight we're going to have LaToya, who is a stylist, singer,
Yes.
a rapper,
Right.
a publisher,
Uh-huh.
a motivational speaker, depending on mood she in.
I'm an author.
Just a little bit about her book that she wrote.
Yes.
It's called WomBless, and a WomBless woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you got two phenomenal women right here. I don't know who to start with first. You or her?
Start with the doctor.
We're gonna start with the doctor
Start with
because
the
she
doctor.
was
You
the
can't
one.
simply just tell us what to do.
Right,
Oh,
you can't.
I'm still gonna ask you some questions too.
Well, you can't be in our. You can't.
Okay,
do
give
that.
my water then, y'all.
Don't start asking me to do stuff.
Listen,
We're gonna have to move.
I'm
you.
holding my water this time.
Okay, good.
Okay, well,
Okay,
so
that-
let's give her time to get her nerve. I know
Yes,
she a little
yes.
nervous.
I ain't nervous. I ain't nervous.
Whatever.
Oh, she
She's not nervous.
We're gonna see.
I'm staying ready. I'm staying
All
ready.
right, we gonna talk to Dr. LB.
Okay,
Let's
let's touch on breast cancer a little bit since
Yes.
this is breast cancer awareness.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
My neighbor,
Yeah.
Miss D. Sickles, who is online right now, she
Aw.
is a breast cancer survivor.
Yes, congratulations. And so congratulations to anybody else on here that's a breast
Yes.
cancer
I
survivor.
call her my grand neighbor. She is the most
And
wonderful
Mary
woman.
Jo is too.
And yes, Mary
Mary
Jo.
Jo.
Yes.
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 So, can you give us a little bit of information, whatever you want to tell the people about breast cancer awareness?
I want
Yes.
to share with the people that October is not the only month that you should take care of your breasts, but we focus on it that month to kind of bring people back in.
Absolutely.
A lot of times women are so busy taking care of other people that they forget to take care of themselves.
Very
That's
true.
true.
And breast cancer can affect like 1 in 8 women,
Wow.
and sometimes even more depending on their family history.
Okay.
So this is a month where we give a push to encourage people, women, to remember to do some self-care.
Okay.
Amen.
So what does that mean? That means every month, if you have periods, about 3 or 4 days after your period, you should check your breasts.
Okay.
If you don't have
Yeah.
periods, whatever your birth date is on, like my birth date is the 10th of October, so the 10th of every month, I need to be checking
Okay.
my breasts just to make sure that I don't feel any lumps,
Okay.
any bumps, any discoloration. If you see any changes, like if both your nipples were out but now one is pulling in, come in and see the doctor. Don't call your sister or your cousin. Don't look on Dr. Google.
Dr. Google,
Dr.
y'all.
Google, Med School Facebook.
Get 'em
Call your doctor. And the
Got it.
important thing is, the sooner you find out, the easier it is for us to get you care and get you treated
Yeah.
Got it.
and possibly a cure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I have something to incentivize our guests
Oh.
that are with us online.
Okay,
So
yes. Look at
we
that.
have some gift cards here, and I'm
Okay.
going to leave it up to the ladies of the Smack Show to give these out either to people who are survivors or
Okay.
someone who went out and got a mammogram.
Okay.
And I'm going to encourage men, if you want one,
That's
you
what
can
I
pull
want,
one.
men too.
Encourage men, you check your breasts, but encourage the woman in your life,
Good.
whether it be your wife, your girlfriend, your daughter,
Yes.
your mother, encourage them to go get that mammogram.
Okay,
Amen.
now you talk about women. That's good. Now I'm getting back to the women. I want to ask you a little about the men because
Yeah.
men can also get cancer. They call it
Chest cancer. It gotta be chest cancer.
Yeah,
They can actually get
They-
breast
they
cancer.
can get
they
breast
have
cancer too?
tissue, and they
Oh.
can actually carry
Okay.
genetic things as well.
Okay, so what about their prostate? So now I know what's the signs of that?
I always tell men, because I used to speak to a prostate cancer group, even though I was an OBGYN, and people would say, why are you doing that? And I would say, I'm talking to you, so your wife doesn't have to come in and talk to me about you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men don't want to go get exams. Some of the signs could be change in their urinary stream.
Okay.
Like they don't urinate as well. They might have little dribbles, or their stream is less. They're unable to get an erection. They just may notice some pain. They may notice some abnormal discharge or bleeding. So men definitely need to go get prostate exams.
Oh wow. Okay, so now someone wanted to know at what age should you start getting a mammogram? Would you recommend that?
It depends. Most women, some things say 50, but most obstetrician gynecologists and physicians say 40, age 40. But if you've had someone in your family that had breast cancer, we usually start about 10 years before that, specifically if they had it before menopause.
Okay.
So let's say your mother had it at age 40, we're going to start you at age 30.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And also
Good.
in Black communities,
Yes,
breast
sir.
cancer is often found to be more aggressive, and we find it at later stages. So we really want to encourage you to get that mammogram.
Why do you say that black and brown is more?
Prominent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prominent
why
in
is
this
that?
community.
I believe it's because we find it late.
Okay.
You know, it may be there and we find it late. And then there are different types of breast cancers that can be treated by different types of medicine. And sometimes the ones that we have may be more aggressive than others.
Oh, wow. See, ladies, I mean, this is why it's so important for us to go ahead and get on that machine that hurts.
It don't always hurt. To me, it didn't hurt like that.
Oh, I didn't know. I want to know what you had an exam.
They do want to know.
You can
And I was taking care of my body.
Yes.
That's
wonderful.
important.
I want to know. I'm glad she takes care of her body.
Thank you, Doc.
Go ahead.
Because she's my doctor too, you all.
Okay, hey,
Yeah, she's all of our
she's
doctors.
all of our doctors,
Thank
actually.
you.
This is why we
Yes.
brought her on here.
But Vera's been the one that has been
Consistent.
The most.
The most.
Yeah.
She's
I've had the most
calling us.
There is a frequent
She
shot.
has
I'm
been-
a frequent flyer.
Now, like you said, this is Cancer Awareness Month. And
Yes.
it's not
breast
just
cancer
breast
awareness.
cancer. But I
Most
want to, because there's people on here who have different type of cancer as well, like uterus cancer as well. So like if, how would you, I want to put it like this, how can you guys detect that, like,
And
at an early stage? Is it anyway? Because I know sometimes people say there's certain cancer that you can't detect at an early stage.
What we typically do, there are many cancers that can occur in the female tract.
Okay.
Cervix, uterus, fallopian tube, ovaries.
Okay.
The number one things we tell women to watch for is changes in the menstrual cycle.
Okay.
Or if you're not having a cycle and you all of a sudden start bleeding again, you did not get your period back. That's a bad sign. Come in and be checked out.
Okay.
Also, if you have any watery discharge or foul-smelling discharge
Okay.
or pain. So a lot of times people ignore the symptoms and they just think it'll go away and they wait and they wait and they wait, and that's why it progresses. But if you have abnormal sign or symptoms, come in. Change in your bowel habits, change in your bladder habits, come on in and get checked out. So those are the first things. So you come in and you tell me those symptoms, and then I do a physical exam, then I do some blood tests, and then I order typically an ultrasound and or MRI, and that helps us catch things.
Some of the people saying they can't hear it. They
Oh,
don't
I'm
know if
sorry,
it's
you
a
can't hear
shield.
me. I need to be
They don't know
loud.
if it's a shield or what, but some people are saying they
Yes.
can't.
Also, our DJ is making lunch for tomorrow, I think. So can we get our DJ to stop making lunch in the background?
He gets some.
I know. I just hear a bag crackling like we in the.
Okay. Another thing I want to know, that people who have hysterectomy,
Yes.
can they also get, like, what kind of, like, I know some people get stomach
So
cancer.
let me tell you about that. A hysterectomy means we took the uterus out.
Okay.
It doesn't mean we took the ovaries and tubes.
Okay.
That's uterus.
Okay.
Sometimes we take the uterus out and leave the cervix behind. It depends on what the woman wants.
Okay.
So yes, they can still get cancer in the ovaries, the tubes, the cervix, and even the vagina. So you should still come in and get an exam, even if you've had a hysterectomy.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of a vaginal cancer.
Yes, that's usually caused from HPV.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. HPV, and what does that mean?
Human papillomavirus is the virus that causes warts and the virus that causes cervical cancer.
Yeah. That's what they've been telling me to get my boys shot
The
for.
vaccine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's a vaccine.
Wow. Wow, you guys. I mean, ladies, come on. We got to get on this. We got to get
Right.
this checked, you know, and I'm pretty sure, like, you had patients who have experienced these?
Yes.
And what was the percentage rate, do you think, that they made recoveries? If they caught it early enough.
Most people make recovery if you catch it early enough. I would say as high as 95 or more % if they catch it early enough.
Okay.
Because most of them are treated either by small procedures, if
Yes.
it's a cervix,
Okay.
or a hysterectomy. If you catch uterine cancer early enough, a hysterectomy may be the only treatment you'll need, because we try to catch it before it goes to cancer.
Yes.
There are abnormal cells that occur even before it gets there. So if we can catch it early, you might not even get cancer. We might be able to take it out before the cancer even starts.
Wow.
Good. Okay.
Now with breast cancer, I have one more question before we go on to Toya. Some people, like, they feel that they would, if they have breast cancer, they say, well, we're going to take out one. So they feel like, well, we'll go ahead and remove the other one, because they feel, well, 9 times out of 10, if I have it here, they don't want to risk the chance of having the other one removed.
Right.
What is your opinion, your take on that?
That's a very personal decision. A lot of things will go into determining what to do. If you have hereditary cancer, then your chances of getting it in both are very high, so some people will take out both. The type of cancer you have can also make that decision. So some cancers that are just in the duct, just doing a lump instead of removing the breast might be fine. So it really depends on the type of cancer, the stage of cancer, and if it's hereditary or not. And the type of receptors too.
Well, ladies,
A lot.
it's a lot. We wanted to kind of,
This is
before we talk about
women. It's hard to be a woman.
it is,
It's a lot.
It's like,
Men, y'all need to respect us.
man, I mean,
Let's
like, come
respect
on.
our gender.
I'm a queen. Yeah, treat me like a queen, brother, because you don't know what it's gotta go through.
Right.
I mean, I gotta protect this, I gotta protect the woo-woo and everything.
Everything.
Treat me like a queen.
So we hear extra noise in the background. Oh, I hear it. Oh, that's nice.
Babe, we can hear y'all feedback.
Okay, so,
Just I want y'all to know that we live and this y'all gonna get us raw every single time. So if something ain't right, we gonna call it out. I can't.
what he's doing, he's checking to
Yeah,
see.
he's checking sound.
I think he's checking sound, because some people were saying they couldn't hear, but
I tried.
hopefully everybody can hear
Can
it
you
now.
hear now? Can they
Yeah.
Can everybody hear
And
now?
y'all seen me looking down. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to text him and tell him we could hear him, but you know.
Okay, I think he's checked sound. We thank God for our sound people.
Yeah, they
You know, we
nice.
believe in God for the upgrade for the, and I'm going to bring this up. So,
But no, my question was as far as hysterectomies go, and like fibroids and all that.
Yeah.
Why is that so
Predominant.
predominant in minority women? Period.
right.
It's actually predominant in many women. You know, about 80% of women have fibroids, believe it or not. But when you get to minority communities, it may go 85%, 90%. It's very prominent. I think that we probably, you know, some of the issues that we have in our community, like, you know, diabetes, obesity, different things like that, may trigger them to act up more. We don't know for sure why. So a lot of women have them, but they don't have symptoms. But other women have them and they have symptoms, you know, and so that's why you may see them more. Some people are maybe more in tune with their body and don't deal with pain, you know, so they come in.
Okay.
But they're very prominent in many women.
So what are some of the symptoms of fibroids for women who out there you could kind of do your own kind of self-check? What would you say some of the main symptoms to look for if you, as far as fibroid goes?
Typically, periods get heavier,
Okay.
and women have pain and pelvic pressure. Those are
Okay.
the symptoms I hear the most.
Okay.
Heavy periods, pain, and pelvic pressure. And some women actually have a discharge, depending on where your fibroid is at. It could be on the outside of the uterus. It could be in the wall of the uterus. It could be in the lining of the uterus, and sometimes they're on the cervix. So depending on where they're at, they cause different symptoms.
Now let me say this. I know some people. I don't want nobody feeling. No, don't have your kids. Don't hear if you're not ready for your kids to listen to this. But we just putting this information out because it's needed.
Yeah.
Actually, if you have
young
young girls that are about 13, they might need to start hearing it so that they can start being aware of their bodies, because they do need to know so that they can start paying attention to their bodies, even because for some, I think it's the GMO stuff.
It gotta be.
These girls are starting to develop and starting to experience things in their bodies at an even earlier, quicker stage than ever. I mean, I'm seeing girls that are developed more than me. And I'm 43. I've seen girls that got more going on than me. So.
Right. Well, we have another question before we get on to the next book. We have a lady on here. She wants to know, as far as endometriosis. I may not be saying it right.
Endometriosis.
There you go, cancer. Do you have to remove everything, the whole?
Have a whole
hysterectomy?
Endometrial cancer?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
You have to. That would be the best thing.
It would be the best thing.
Okay.
Because if it's in the lining of the uterus, just a thin lining, then you take it out, then it doesn't have the opportunity to grow. The thing about cancer is you want to take it out so that it can't spread.
Okay.
But if you leave it there and just scrape it out, there still may be cells there that can go deeper into the uterus.
Right.
And once it gets deeper into the uterus, it can get in blood vessels. Once it gets through your bloodstream, it can go to other parts of your body. So you want to contain it.
Okay. So that's what I lost the first time, right?
Yeah.
When I brought you
Okay, now we're going to talk
Here
about...
we go.
Let's talk about LaToya.
Okay, so listen.
Okay.
As y'all know, I got a book. It's called
called WomBless Woman. Okay, I'm gonna talk more about that in just 2 seconds. I gotta get to this question. Okay, but yeah, so I lost my uterus lining first.
A uterine cast.
Okay.
Your lining comes back every month. That's how you have a period. When you're having a period, you're shedding the lining.
So it do come back.
It comes back every month. But if you don't have a period for a while, that lining can get, it's almost like making a mold on the inside. And so that's called a cast.
Right.
And so you had lost a cast.
Y'all, when I tell y'all, it felt like I was giving birth. It felt like I was giving birth. That's why I had lost first. So if y'all seen anything on my time, what is that called? My story, and if y'all seen the picture of that big red thing, and this the doctor that was holding it, that was a 30-pound tumor that they took out of my uterus. So we're gonna get more into that now that we're talking about the book and stuff. Go ahead. Y'all got some questions?
Yeah, we're gonna talk to you about
All right, come on. All right.
I'm gonna let Vera go ahead and start.
All right, but Sister LaToya.
Okay.
So, Sister LaToya, so first of all, you didn't just talk about that. You talked about a lot of things in your book.
Yes.
What the people would like to know, what I would want to know as your sister is what made you decide to open up and put yourself all out there? Because I think you really opened up and put yourself out there in this book.
I did, because sometimes people can receive more from you or learn more as a person when they hear from somebody who's been through something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, I think I heard Pastor Mark preach on this a couple weeks ago. But
Pastor Mark who?
Baldwin from AGK, Advancing God's Kingdom.
Okay.
Whatever case. So, what I did was so the book is called WomBless Woman, right? I call it WomBless. If y'all can see how I spelled it, I capitalized the B in WomBless. It's still pronounced WomBless, but I'm a woman without a womb, so I'm wombless. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a womb. So WomBless, I wanted to focus more so on the blessing part. Like, you know how they say your glass is half empty or your glass is half full?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
I wanted to focus on the good part. You know what I'm saying? Because I can go back and forth with being in a depression about it or coming out and being fine and then whatever. Like, it just depends on the day, honestly. And so it's a woman blessed to produce spiritually because she can't produce naturally. And even though I don't have a womb, there's women out there who are done having children. You know what I'm saying? They might have just made the choice with their family and said, look, I'm done having kids. Okay, I done had enough or whatever. And just because you're done, that don't mean just having kids was all you're supposed to do in life. You know what I'm saying? So you might have other seeds within you that you didn't realize that you had until you start focusing on something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times we hinder ourselves because we think we only supposed to do one thing with our life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Or you focus so much on that one thing, like wanting the family so bad, then when you can't have it, it discourages you and you shut down and you feel like you're going into a slump. So that's why I kind of opened up more about my life in this book. So because I wanted people to know, like, I dealt with growing up and feeling insecure, being overweight, being too dark, you know what I'm saying? In a society that focuses more on lighter persuasion women, all of that. So I talk about each, and I only hit it a little bit in the book. I am in the process of working on the second book. It's going to be called Fit for His Glory, and it's going to go more into detail about everything fit for His glory, meaning mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, everything. So it's going to be very good. Y'all be on the lookout. It's coming. But not soon now, because I'm going to take my time with it. I want the Holy Spirit to lead me. And the Lord has kind of spoken to me about my release date for that. So I got some things to work on. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to release things, like I said, prematurely. And so I don't want to put out a book called Fit for His Glory if I know I'm not completely fit for His glory. You see what I'm saying? And I listened to a pastor, I've listened to, I used to listen all the time, but because everything's going on and they ain't had it, but Pastor Alpha Lucao, he would say, every glory has a story. And so I believe this, what the devil meant for bad for me, God's turned around for the good. So prior to everything that's been going on, I was diagnosed with MS. I've had a lot of health challenges in my life, still going through stuff. When I was going to the doctors, I hated going to the doctors.
I know.
It was always a violation. You know what I'm saying?
Violation.
It was always a violation. Listen, when I got my first, pap smear, y'all.
Oh my God.
I had to pray. I knew she was coming. The
First
day before she came.
She probably had all with me with her.
Yes, I did. I said, look, Mama, I need you to pray for me. Because Toya is coming into my office.
Yes.
And we have to pray. Liz came in. Go ahead.
I came in. Yo, when I tell you I got such an anxiety about the doctor, I'm not playing. I am almost 40. And I take people with me every time I go. I've never been to the doctor. Listen,
So true.
let me lean in. I've never been to a doctor's appointment by myself.
She ain't lying.
Period. And
Never.
usually I have a group entourage with me.
Group.
It's
Even
my
the
sisters, Vera and Mama. We always go to the doctors together, y'all.
Even
It's
the
a
dentist.
family affair.
The dentist, it don't matter.
Right.
Grocery shopping.
At my grown age, the anxiety is there. I'm bringing somebody every single time. Don't tell me I can't. It's gonna be a problem. That's how Mom went to the hospital and they said she couldn't go. It was like, no, John Q. I mean, at the end of the day, I can't. No, we're gonna be together. So whatever the case, so I go to the doctor to get my first exam, and I was grown. Because, I feel like I ain't having sex, so what's the point? What you gotta look down there for? Ain't nothing going on, you know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what she told
Ain't
her.
nothing going
That's
on.
exactly what she said.
And I'm like, what
But
you?
everybody should be checked at the age of 21.
Yes.
And I think I gave her about 10 more years.
I think you did. I think you did.
So I didn't want to get checked, but I'm saying it's funny because we joke a lot, and we laugh. I'll rather laugh instead of cry, but I'm probably gonna cry eventually. But whatever the case, I'm saying that because I played around with going because I did have that fear.
Yeah.
And so many women have a fear of going because, here I go. Because every time I go to the doctors since I was little, it's always something bad.
Yeah.
So I hate going to the doctors. So it's the anxiety of me going to, and that's something that I got to work on constantly, period. Because I know that it's better to know so you can deal with it head on, so you can know what to pray about, call it out by name, all that type of stuff. And so when I was going to her doctors, I was just like, okay, Mom, you got to go. I don't care what's going on. And I waited so long.
That's okay. That's okay. We're going to let it get composed.
That by the time I found out something was really wrong with me, it was kind of too late. And I'm telling y'all because
what she says, people don't wait too late.
I tried my best to live a godly life.
Yes.
And to live honorably so that people that see me will respect me in a way, not because I am, just out there living my life and just doing whatever. Right. I want you to respect me on a different level because I care about myself. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that over the years of, loving myself.
Yes.
And so finding out too late that I couldn't have kids, like throughout the process of me having MS. Hold on 1 second. They told me, or the possibility that I couldn't have kids, or that I shouldn't have kids because it would progress my cells to develop more like paralyzing symptoms or whatever with me. And so I would be like, okay, well, I was kind of younger, still an adult, but younger, where I would be like, okay, well, they say I may not be able to have kids. I really didn't care because I wasn't really doing nothing then anyway. But now when you get older and you're ready to settle down and you're ready to have a family, that's always going to be something that I wish that I could do.
Right. Yeah.
So when Doc told me that I had fibroids in me, and it was like, dang, I had the heavy flows, I had the long-lasting cycles, and it was crazy, 3 weeks at a time, and all of that, and bleeding heavy all the time. And so I was like, okay, well, when it finally was like, okay, well, we gotta just now it got so bad where it turned into a tumor, and the tumor constantly started growing to the place where they could not figure out any way to stop it. Yeah. She did all she could. She sent me to multiple specialists to see what they could do, and they couldn't figure anything out. And by the time it's all said and done, now the tumor is 30 pounds. Yeah. Nobody knew it was 30 pounds until surgery day. You know what I'm saying? And so the reality struck, like, you won't be able to have kids no more, period. I had to make the decision to have the surgery. that hit me different. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's a difference when somebody tell you that you can't do something, but there's still a possibility that, okay, I might be able to, whatever. Yeah. But then when they tell you that you can't do it, and then there's no possibility, humanly thinking, then it's like, dang, like now it hit different. And so my book, I say that because I'm not, and I'm crying because at the end of the day, it still hurts me. Yeah. Now I'm not saying that I'm depressed about it as like that. But I have been in the past, and I don't know. I still might be later on. You never know. Like I said, each day is different. But I want people to know that just because this happens doesn't mean it's the end for you. You know what I'm saying? True. So it doesn't mean that you can't have a family. Right. You know, it don't mean that just because you can't carry on. And I carried that tumor with me for at least a year. Or something crazy like that. Like, and if you see me throughout those times, you see pictures of me on Facebook, you'll be like, "Damn, she was real fat right there." And I wasn't. You would think that I was just real fat, but it was a tumor inside of me. Yes. I had no idea because I was too afraid to go to the doctors.
Because she was working out and doing all that, and she was saying she was wondering why she couldn't get off the weight.
And I think that this Toya's case was one of the hardest, most difficult cases that I ever dealt with. Yeah. Because she was close to me, and people that know me know my patients mean the world to me. I love my patients. Yes. I was going to ask you that. We laughed and joked, and I'd always tease her trying to pick out somebody because she was going to get married and have me. Because see, all the babies that I deliver are mine. You know, people who have babies that are mine, they know those babies are mine. And so Vera was having babies, and I was like, wait, we're going to get Toya married. We're going to have some babies. So when she came in and we found these fibroids, I was like, you know, I went to prayer. And I was like, you know, Toya wants to get married. She wants to have children. So we did. We went to every specialist. Because even when Toya was ready for the hysterectomy, I still wasn't ready. I still was not ready to, she had even went through another surgery because they thought it was cancer. And they opened her up and they said, no, it's not cancer, and they closed it back up. And I thought, well, maybe I could find somebody who could core this out, somebody who could do something. But when she was ready, I still had to get ready. Because I know what it's like to take care of patients and people who want to have children but can't. And I know that every person is not just, you're not just treating a disease. You know, people are emotional. They're spiritual. They're social. They have family connections. And this was so big to have to remove her uterus. And so we prayed.
We did.
We talked. We did. And we prayed. And it wasn't an easy decision. And so I respect you so much. And I was so thankful that you wrote this book. Because you didn't just minister to yourself, you know, work through it yourself. You minister to other people. Help me, help my patients. Because I'm telling you, removing your uterus was probably one of the most difficult things that I have ever had to do in my life. Because I see people with children that don't take care of them, that don't treat them right. And I knew that, you know, what she would do if she had the opportunity.
And you know, in that, when we found out that she couldn't, she gonna make me cry. Woo! I said, Lord, why is my baby going through this? She has tried to live her life. In such a way to be an example. I was with her when she was sick. She's lost friends, so-called friends. When she was sick and going through, we would talk to her all the time. And I said, Lord, at night, why can't she be healthy like my other daughters? Why can't she have a family? You know, and I had to get a hold of myself. Because Toya has a heart of gold. All my kids will be. Toya has a heart that she will give her last. She's always happy when other people have kids. She's always happy for a person. She's always, me and her talked, and she said, Mom, maybe this dude don't want me because I can't. She don't want to get a relationship because I can't produce kids. You know, it was a complex thing. But then I had to get a hold of myself. I said, wait a minute. No. Devil, you a lie. Yeah. My baby is a princess. My baby is a God-fearing person.
Right.
You know, regardless of what the enemy thinks that he has taken.
That's right.
God is going to give her that and plus more, just like Job.
All that.
You know, a lot of times she's portrayed to be strong. But I know how she feels. When we left your office and you told her that, she cried. And I had to be strong. And usually that's what happens when we know this, and I called Vera, my sister Rhea, and I said, you know, Toya's going through, and Vera come over here, and I mean like a drop of a dime. She's right around the corner. And she'll talk to her, and she encouraged, she said, look, my kids is your kids, Toya. That's why she tells Xavier's hers. But people who can have kids, like you said, they don't take care of theirs. And I said, Lord, she wanted to experience that. I said, Toya, there's so many kids I hear from these homes. Yeah. And I know she wanted to experience the whole thing of going through the pregnancy and things like that. But now I tell her, look, don't worry about what man is going to want you because you came through. Because when God sends you that king, that's just not going to make a difference. You know, so, you know, it's just like, it's hard when you see your kids in situations and you can't do anything. I felt helpless.
That's right.
You know, I did. I felt helpless, and I was like, Lord, okay, look. And I talked to my husband. I said, look, this just ain't right. This girl's trying to live right. I mean, she's always trying to be the mediator between someone. She's always trying to give her all. She's with her friends. She's always trying to be there. And like I said, when I tell you guys that she lost friends over this, when she was sick, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you because they couldn't understand when she said she couldn't go nowhere. When she was sick, they thought she was putting on. But she wasn't. I knew what she was going through. She knew what she was going through. You know? So, my thing is this. And I commend you, Toya, because, like you said, you're a virgin. You don't find too many of them still out here, but there's still some out here. You're a virgin.
I'm the last one left.
You say she's the last one left, you guys. You know, you stood your ground because, you know, when God do bring you that husband, trust me, you want to make sure he's going to be everything that God wants for you. He's going to be your strength, even though we know God. He's going to walk you through. He's going to say, baby, we ain't got to have no kids. We can go adopt some. Right. Billy got enough kids for everybody.
Right. Now hold on though.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, before you said you want to adopt anything, just real quick, you know I watch too much TV. So when you say the adopt, at first I was like, okay, adoption, nope, because them kids be crazy. Right. And they grow up, you don't know who their parents was, or their mama want to come back for them later. And then you got to do, because I watch Lifetime, y'all, that's what be happening. Lifetime, they get them kids. Yeah, and then their mama girl, they come back and they want to be back in their kid life, and they want to grow up and find out who their real mom is. So I was like, no, I don't want nobody else's kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then I had watched this lady's story. She had a movie, I can't remember her name, but she made a movie about her losing her baby. And she when she grew up, the older lady, she got basically
they would never let her adopt.
Yeah, they would let her adopt because of their race.
Because the lady was white and the daughter was black. Yeah,
and she wanted the white lady wanted so bad to adopt that little black girl, and she loved her, and the little girl loved her, and nobody could understand she could not get along with nobody else. They would send her to foster. They would rather send her to all these foster homes. Yes. And then it just destroyed that little girl. Yeah. And that movie had me crying. And so when I got done, I was like, well, this was after everything. Yeah. Well after. And I was like, we was watching the movie, everything was fine. By the end of the movie, I'm just bawling, crying. My mom was like, you okay? And I was like, but that's what be happening. Like sometimes I'll be regular, and then we watch something and something like that's going on, and then I all of a sudden start crying. Yeah, and I'm like, said because I think God is telling me I don't have to look at it like that. You know what I mean? I don't have to look at it like you can't do it. It's up to me how I want to either have a family. Like I can even believe God that you're gonna do this miraculous miracle, and everybody I'm gonna have my own baby anyway, Lord. I can be like that, or you can really go out there and find you a baby that that needs a home and love that baby like it's your own and whatever. So that movie just opened my eyes to see a whole different side, and I seen that movie before I even wrote that book. So,
what I want you to tell the people is, how did you, although it's still a daily walk, or moment to moment, because it depends probably, like you said, on the day or on the moment. Tell them how you dealt with overcoming your healing process, overcoming your mental whatever, because I know that you have times when yourself struggling with it within yourself, whatever. And I've had to minister to someone, but I want you to tell your personal your personal version of how you've had to deal with things like when you can't be there, or when you have to be alone, that type of thing.
Like at night. So we was talking about this before. So just real quick, because I know we ain't got a lot of time before 8 o'clock come, but it's just shutting yourself off from everybody. Like you gotta get to a place where you are by yourself.
Why?
Because that's when you can hear better. That's when all the noise around you is gone, and nobody else around you can cheer you on and make you like put your mind on something else and whatever. And so I was literally like at nighttime. It was my hardest time, even dealing with the pain of the tumor, even dealing with after the fact. Like you know what I'm saying? I lost so much blood, and then I would come home. When I finally came home, I had started doubting that I come home too early because my body still wasn't feeling right. Like I got so many blood transfusions. It's like I could feel my blood was doing different things, and then anxiety.
Let me say this real quick. That tumor was so big. When you have a big tumor, blood supply goes to it. It feeds it. So when we took that out, it was like removing an organ. So her body had to adjust to the loss of that organ. And so that's why she was feeling those changes, because that tumor was growing like any other organ, like removing a lung or a kidney. That tumor was big. And so we called it, we named it.
I named it. So I kind of was pregnant. So I named the tumor Fibroides while he was in there, like, because he was doing stuff. And literally, I kid y'all not, like literally, I would eat or whatever. Like, sometimes if I eat something, because it was such a big tumor, like, I guess it would move my
bowel and stuff.
And so it would move around, and it was like, oh my God, like it's moving. And usually it happened at night where it would start moving more. Like I sleep on my stomach, so I couldn't sleep on my stomach at all, and it was just hurt. It was really like just painful. Like it was painful to touch, tender, all of that. And so, like I said, when those moments came, I would just have to either shut myself. I every single time shut myself off. Listen to some worship music. That's the main thing I always do. Because it automatically just calms my mind down and get me in like a whole aura of worship. Like, okay, God, like this is me and you. I need you to come through for me, please, Lord. I know you done did it for other people, Lord. I know you did it for me before. Do it again. Like, period. And then I started to cry out to God. So, and then even if you're not saved, you know what I'm saying? I encourage you to get saved. But even if you're not saved, you can cry out to God. And he hears you. You know what I'm saying? He's waiting for you to cry out to him. Even if you're not saved. Because I'm telling you right now, once you do that, he's going to show you something, and then you will give your life to him. And say, look, Lord, lead me in a whole different way. Use me in a way that I can be used. Lord, don't let this be the end of me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I would have to cry in the hospital. I was like, I was so weak. I couldn't be on my phone. I couldn't read for real. So literally, I put my earphones into my cell phone and I play worship music, like period. And I listened to so much worship music on YouTube that it automatically created me like my own playlist. And so it just played the songs that I like to hear over and over again. And so I encourage anybody that's going through something, if you're too tired to say something, if you too weak to pray, if you too, mad, like, listen, once again, I've been so mad. I couldn't pray. And it wasn't like I was just mad at God. You know what I'm saying? I was mad at more so at myself. Because I know, it's like, Lord, I know if I could have did some things different. I know I could have. And if I did, would this be different? But when things go a certain way, you have to learn how to capitalize on those things and turn them around so that God can use you and so that you can make it be like a whole testimony. Yes. And like I say in my book, that's what I believe a testimony is. A testimony is being able to overcome even while you're going through. Through, just because I ain't gonna say overcome. Let me say that. Being able to get up to testify about a situation you're going through. It could be a divorce. It could be graduating from college, becoming a doctor, anything like that. That's a testimony, and it could be the hardest school work you going through, but it's a testimony to say, you know what? But I'm gonna go study, but I still wouldn't study for 4 hours for that test. I still did this, that, and you know what? Now I'm a doctor. That's a testimony. Yeah. Because somebody is going through school. True. They don't feel like studying. Yes. And then they get up and they hear you or they see you. And they say, you know what? I can do this. Yeah. I'm gonna do it because I want to be able to help somebody like that. Yeah. You know. And Dr. LB helped me. Yeah. She sure did. And she, not gonna lie, she said she not only helped me to get rid of the tumor. She prayed with me before surgery and after surgery.
During her appointments.
She sure did. During my appointments. Yeah. And then when I came home, even though you may not know your doctor per se, just people learn to have a spirit of discernment to know who should be your doctor. Yes, because it matters. You know what I'm saying? Because people put their life in doctors' hands, and I don't know everything about that. Like when the same way I hate for people to try to come get their hair done and tell me how to curl their hair or do this, or they want to watch me halfway through and be like, oh, well, how is that going? I'm the professional. Let me handle that part. So that's what the same thing a doctor do. You know. Yeah, if I'm the doctor and she's telling me what I need to be doing, I can't just go to her and be like, oh, well, I'm not doing that. You know, you got to be able to hear from God to tell you not to do that. Yes. That's what I had to do when I was in the hospital. I had 5 doctors telling me, you're going to take this blood pressure medicine. And the Holy Spirit said, no, you're not. Sure did. Don't you take that medicine. Yes. She didn't even know because she was doing something else, probably doing another surgery or baby. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to take that medicine. You know what I'm saying? Because the Holy Spirit told me no. And I told the doctor, God told me I can't take that. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was saying. You know, I knew the Holy Spirit spoke to me. Yeah. But it's about a relationship that you got to have with the Lord so you can know that you know that you know. Amen. It's God telling you that. Because that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here because I was so close to God that God was able to tell me for myself. So that God was able to tell me no.
Because we were there, but she made the decision to not take that medication. We didn't make that decision.
I've been on medicine like my whole life, and I ain't never told my doctor I ain't taking nothing they tell me to do. First thing I asked was, okay, well, what do we do? Okay, well, I'll try it or whatever. And whatever, you know what I'm saying? So for them to tell me to take a blood pressure medicine and me to tell them no, I knew that it was the Holy Spirit. It was almost like it came out of me before I even decided to say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so at the end of the day, just make sure you get close enough to God so he can lead you in every step. Yes. That's why the Bible says put him first in everything that you do. So he can direct your path. Yeah. And it ain't
acknowledge him
in all your ways. Acknowledge him in all your ways. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just with a relationship. Yeah. It's with your doctor. Yes. It's with your job. Yes. It's with your kids. Yes. All that, your school, all of that. If you acknowledge the Lord, he will direct your path. First, yeah. Period. And people got to learn to do that. And no matter how difficult it may be, especially in this time of COVID and having to shut yourself off from people, and you can't go out and just do the things that you can do to distract your mind from stuff that's going on really within yourself. All this COVID stuff that's taught people to do is say, look, either you got a lot of problems to deal with, and that you need to figure out how to deal with them, or it makes you say, you know what, I got some stuff in me that I need to get out of me, and Lord, thank you you for this time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna complain. Thank you for this time. I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create a book. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and she did. And you know what we're going to do?
The studio audience wants us
3
to
books that
show
Toya
pictures.
will be giving away tonight. Also, let me say this before we get ready to close, before we let Dr. LB have a last say on what she wants to say. Also, when Toya had that tumor, it was so big until it had pushed all her organs up. Until they said she could have went to sleep and not woke up if she had kept waiting. But Dr. LB, we appreciate you.
We
We
love you.
I mean, you was there. I mean, you know, hey, it was like a God sent. I mean, I just want to be praying, y'all. If y'all need a gynecologist or an gynecologist,
and if y'all
and look, how Dr. LB?
She put that book up to the screen. If y'all read this book and don't see Dr. LB name, it's because I wrote that book in secret.
That's how big it was, people.
When I wrote this book, I wrote it in secret. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was writing this book.
Right.
Yes.
The only person that I had told was my fake auntie Carmen. And that was because she had wrote books before and I needed help to know what to do.
Yes.
But I wrote that book in secret because I wanted to make sure I stuck to doing it. And sometimes when you tell, and this is for anybody, but sometimes when you doing things that you know you're supposed to do or that God placed in your heart to do, you can't share it with everybody.
You can't.
Because sometimes when you do that, people will speak against
Cause
you.
you to avoid.
They will pray against you and everything to stop what God has for you to do. Because you never know how many, and it ain't necessarily those people that's doing it on purpose. If the enemy, the enemy can just be having them do stuff to throw you off so that you won't get your job done. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't mention her name because I hadn't got her permission to use her name. But I was glad that when I finally finished it, I was like, Doc, I got a book. I wrote a book. Right. And I brought her copy to her office, and now she on here. So now y'all can see I ain't lying. This is her. This is based on a true story. This is not fake news. Okay?
It is a true story, not based on the story.
It is a true story.
So if you would like a copy of one of the 3 that she has free,
she will be giving away 3.
She'll be giving away 3. You want to purchase one, I'm sorry. You go to Amazon.com.
Or you can call C-La V Salon, and sometimes we have copies there, and you want to pick them up in person.
We also want to give Dr. LB the last few words.
I just want to thank Toya for her transparency. Because it's hard for people to share things that happen to them, and something as personal as this is very difficult. And your story will be a blessing to many people. You know, for saying it took you a while to come in. A lot of people can't say that. You know, that may encourage somebody else to come in a little sooner. For sharing what you went through, not just the victory part of it, but the valley part of it. You know, we appreciate the valley because when we get to the testimony, the valley is what causes us to be grateful. So I say thank you so much for sharing your story because you will impact a lot of lives. Thank you for trusting me with your care. And thank you for always staying in prayer.
Wow, we want to get ready to close out, but what we want to do again, we want to acknowledge the winner, Deanna Smith, on your one certificate. Take them pictures. We want you to send us some so we can see them.
Photos. Thank you.
Don't forget about the book, WomBless Woman. If you need a copy, she is giving away 3, but if you want a copy again, inbox us. Inbox Trey Ken or Veer Hills. On Amazon.com. Also, don't forget about the giveaway.
The giveaway show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't forget about the other gift certificate from Dr. LB. It's
breast cancer awareness month.
1, 2, 3. She has 4 of them.
Automatically, we got 2 people in mind who we want to bless them with. We know 2 people that we know one person who's actually conquered it, and we got one person who's going through it. We want to make sure we bless those 2 people for sure. And then whoever else is going through.
We have 2 left.
If you're going through cancer, like she said, or if you have beat it recently, or if you have a family member who's going through it, inbox us so we can know who to bless with these gifts, okay? Also, like I said, November 22nd. Keep that on your calendar, y'all.
November.
And I'm telling you, even if they shut the city down, and hopefully they don't shut us down like that, but if they do shut down stores and all that, we got these prizes already.
We got them.
So y'all, we listen. I'm telling you, Amazon come to our house every single day, and my mad, we get mad. So donate your $10 if you want to go up and be in the drawing to win a $sign Smack Show. We love all of y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in.
Let me say this right quick. Okay, we have a lady on here named Dorian. She said no mask. The speaker always have on the mask, you know, so we make sure everyone is protected. If you have any concerns or care about that, feel free to inbox us and we can explain it to you if you have any concerns.
And this is mine.
This is hers, so but we do have masks on here. Whenever we bring a speaker on, we definitely make sure they're protected.
We always protect our speakers.
We protect our speakers. We protect
everybody. So
who's that?
We're sisters and moms. So that's
we
why
live together.
Yeah. So you know, like I said, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to inbox us, and either myself can talk to you or probably Toya Veer. You know, I understand.
Amen.
So okay, so again, everybody, we appreciate everybody being on tonight. We hope you guys got a lot of information. A lot of it list out. Okay, don't forget to donate for the giveaway. Dr. LB, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, LaToya!
Yes!
Women, take care of your body.
Yes, get your checkups regularly.
Yes.
And yes, people wear your mask. If you're not around
wear your mask.
Wear your mask. Yes. And whoever this Dorian person is, I'm about to look you up to let you know.
Yes.
But yes, wear your mask. And we do wear our masks. Yes. We are not around each other. It's only when we're on the show.
Yes.
So, we love y'all out there. Y'all stay safe. And know next week we're going to be out here again. If you see us out in the street, you know what I'm talking about.